Stop muscle loss. After 60. Eat this before bed. Have you ever noticed how simple things start feeling harder after 60? Getting out of a chair, climbing the stairs, or even twisting open a jar suddenly feels like a battle. Some people shrug it off and say, "That's just aging. It's normal." But let me be clear. Losing muscle isn't just about age. It's about neglect. And here's the part many doctors never emphasize. You actually have far more control over it than you think. The truth is, your muscles don't disappear overnight. They fade slowly, silently, until one day you wake up weaker, less steady, and more dependent on others. And that's the hidden danger. But here's the good news. You don't have to accept it. Science shows there are simple things you can do every night before bed to protect your strength, your balance, and your independence. Now, I know the title of this video sounds bold. Over 60? Eat this before bed, or your muscles will keep disappearing. Some of you might be skeptical. Others might be nodding, because you've already felt your muscles slipping away. Either way, stay with me. In just a moment, I'll walk you through 5 powerful foods, revealed in a countdown from number 5 all the way to number 1, that can literally feed your muscles while you sleep. And trust me, even number 5 will surprise you. But before we dive in, do me a quick favor. Hit the like button, share this video with a friend or family member who could use it, and subscribe to the channel. That one simple click motivates us to keep creating more life-changing content for seniors just like you. So let's get started, because in the next few minutes, you'll discover how one small bedtime habit could mean the difference between losing your independence or keeping it for years to come. Let's start with number 5. The kiwi. You know, that small fuzzy fruit most people pass by at the store. It doesn't look like much on the outside, but inside, it's like nature's little vitamin pill. Sweet, tangy, and loaded with strength. Here's the amazing part. A group of researchers in Taipei found that people who ate just 2 kiwis about an hour before bed actually slept longer and fell asleep faster. We're talking 13% more sleep and drifting off 35% quicker. Think about what that means. Fewer nights staring at the ceiling, more mornings waking up feeling steady on your feet. Why does this little fruit work so well? First, it's packed with vitamin C, and vitamin C helps your body make collagen. Collagen is what keeps your muscles strong and connected to your bones, almost like the glue that holds your body together. Kiwi also carries natural compounds that help your brain make serotonin, which then turns into melatonin, the very signal your body uses to switch into sleep mode. Add in its antioxidants, and you've got a fruit that calms inflammation and soothes your system at the same time. I'll never forget one of my patients, a 68-year-old woman who told me she was waking up 2 or 3 times every night. She felt weak, tired, and hopeless. I suggested something simple: 2 ripe kiwis before bed. Within 10 days, she came back with a smile and said, "Doctor, I finally slept through the night. I woke up rested. Even my morning stiffness felt lighter." That's how powerful this tiny fruit can be. And here's what excites me most. We're only at number 5. Just imagine that. Something so small already helps you sleep deeper and guard the collagen your muscles need. Coming in at number 4 is something most of us already know and love: almonds. But here's the truth. These aren't just snacks for movie night. Each almond is like a tiny battery, charging your muscles and nerves so they don't shut down in the middle of the night. Just one handful, about 30 grams, or 20 to 23 almonds, delivers around 80 milligrams of magnesium, roughly 20% of your daily needs. It also provides 7.3 milligrams of vitamin E, nearly half of what your body requires every day. According to the National Institutes of Health, adults over 60 are among the most magnesium-deficient groups, with nearly 50% falling short. That deficiency is one of the hidden reasons nighttime cramps and restless sleep are so common in older adults. Magnesium is often called the relaxation mineral. It calms your nervous system, helps your muscles release tension, and prevents those painful nighttime cramps that jolt you awake. At the same time, vitamin E acts like armor, protecting fragile muscle fibers from oxidative stress, which builds up naturally as we age. Dr. Jane Higdon from Oregon State University notes that vitamin E is essential for protecting muscle membranes from free radical damage, particularly in older adults whose antioxidant defenses are weaker. Let me share a story. A 72-year-old gentleman I treated was waking up nearly every night with severe calf cramps. He said, "Doc, I feel like my muscles are betraying me. I can't sleep, and I'm scared to even lie down at night." Instead of adding another pill to his routine, we tried something simple: a small handful of almonds in the evening. Within 3 weeks, his cramps dropped by more than 70%. He told me, "For the first time in years, I slept through the night without pain." That's the kind of transformation food alone can bring. And he's not alone. A study published in the Journal of the American College of Nutrition found that diets higher in magnesium significantly reduced the frequency of nighttime leg cramps in adults over 65. Add in almonds, vitamin E, healthy fats, and protein, and you've got a natural cocktail designed to keep your muscles charged, your nerves calm, and your sleep deeper. Now here's my advice. If you're over 60 and want to use almonds for better muscle health, start with 20-23 almonds, about the size of a small handful, eaten slowly in the evening. Chew them well. Digestion starts in the mouth, and thorough chewing helps your body absorb more of the minerals. If raw almonds are tough on your stomach, try soaking them overnight to reduce phytic acid, which makes minerals like magnesium more absorbable. Or swap in a tablespoon of almond butter on whole grain toast if chewing is difficult. And here's a little pro tip. Avoid salted or sugar-coated almonds. The extra sodium can work against your blood pressure, and sugar disrupts your sleep cycles. Stick with plain, roasted, or soaked almonds for the best results. At number 3, we have something that looks almost too simple: tart cherry juice. Picture a glass of deep red liquid. It doesn't just look refreshing, it works almost like a natural sleeping pill. But here's the best part. You're not swallowing chemicals, you're drinking the strength of nature itself. Scientists at Louisiana State University ran a fascinating experiment with older adults who struggled with insomnia. They had participants drink tart cherry juice twice a day. The result? Those who drank it slept on average 84 minutes longer each night and enjoyed significantly higher sleep efficiency, meaning they spent more of their time in bed actually sleeping instead of lying awake. That's nearly an hour and a half of precious rest, restored simply by sipping a glass of juice. So why does tart cherry juice work so well? The answer lies in 2 powerful compounds: anthocyanins and melatonin. Anthocyanins are the pigments that give cherries their rich red color, and they're also some of the most potent natural anti-inflammatory agents known. They help calm the low-grade inflammation that often builds up in aging muscles and joints, the very inflammation that makes it harder for your body to repair itself at night. Then there's melatonin, the sleep hormone your brain produces to regulate your sleep cycle. Tart cherries are one of the only foods that naturally contain melatonin in meaningful amounts. Drinking the juice before bed helps signal your body that it's time to power down, making it easier to fall asleep and stay asleep. And here's an added bonus. Better sleep means your body produces more growth hormone, which is essential for repairing and preserving muscle. Between the ages of 20 and 60, growth hormone levels drop by about 75%. For older adults, that makes every drop of deep sleep even more valuable. I remember one of my patients, a 75-year-old woman who had battled sleepless nights for years. She would tell me, "Doctor, I go to bed at 10, but I'm still wide awake at 1 in the morning. Even when I sleep, I wake up groggy, like I didn't rest at all." We added a simple routine, about 100 milliliters, or half a glass, of tart cherry juice before bedtime. Within 2 weeks, she reported something she hadn't experienced in years: sleeping through the night. She came back to me with brighter eyes, more energy, and even bragged that she was walking farther during her morning strolls without feeling exhausted. And she's not an exception. A review published in the European Journal of Nutrition confirmed that tart cherry juice consistently improves both sleep duration and quality in older adults. It's not hype, it's science. Now, if you're thinking of trying this at home, here's my advice. Choose unsweetened tart cherry juice, ideally from Montmorency cherries, which contain the highest concentration of anthocyanins. Skip the sugary versions, because excess sugar before bed can spike blood glucose and actually interfere with your sleep cycle. A serving of about 4 to 6 ounces, roughly 120–180 milliliters, is plenty. If you're concerned about calories or natural sugars, dilute it with water or sparkling water. Some of my patients even mix in a splash of apple cider vinegar and a sprinkle of cinnamon for extra blood sugar balance and anti-inflammatory benefits. And remember, consistency is key. Drinking tart cherry juice occasionally won't change much, but making it a nightly ritual, like brushing your teeth, helps your body settle into a rhythm of deeper, more restorative sleep. Think about it. One simple glass, and you could reclaim an extra 84 minutes of rest every night. That's like giving your body an extra month of sleep over the course of a year. At number 2, we have one of the simplest, most comforting combinations you can imagine. A warm bowl of oatmeal made with milk. Think of it this way. The gentle carbs from the oats are like a lullaby, easing your body into rest, while the protein from milk works quietly through the night, like skilled repairmen patching up every little tear in your muscles from the day. Let's look at the numbers. A single cup of warm milk combined with half a cup of oats gives you around 13 grams of complete protein, enough to fuel overnight repair. On top of that, oats provide a special type of fiber called beta-glucan, which stabilizes blood sugar and keeps cortisol, your stress hormone, from spiking during the night. That's crucial because high cortisol doesn't just wreck your sleep, it also breaks down muscle tissue. Now here's the fascinating part. Milk brings you both casein and whey protein. Whey acts fast, giving your muscles an immediate boost of amino acids. Casein digests slowly, dripping nutrients into your bloodstream for hours. Together they form the perfect 1-2 punch. Quick recovery now, steady repair later. It's like tucking your muscles in with a warm blanket and whispering, "I'll take care of you until morning." I'll share a story. An 80-year-old gentleman I worked with had been struggling with insomnia for years. He told me, "Doctor, I feel like I'm fighting my bed every night. I wake up exhausted, and I've stopped trusting my own balance." We introduced a simple nightly ritual, a small bowl of warm oatmeal prepared with milk before bed. Within 2 weeks, he reported sleeping deeper than he had in years. By the 3rd week, he said his mornings felt different. Clearer mind, steadier legs, and even the courage to resume his morning walks. Sometimes it really is the simplest habits that bring the biggest change. And the benefits don't stop there. Oats contain compounds that encourage your body to produce serotonin, which later converts into melatonin, your natural sleep hormone. That means this humble meal not only feeds your muscles, it also gently guides your brain into sleep. Add a sprinkle of cinnamon for blood sugar balance, or a spoonful of almond butter for healthy fats, and you've created a bedtime ritual that's both healing and delicious. One more note for seniors. Digestion tends to slow down with age, so heavy late-night meals can cause reflux or discomfort. But oatmeal with milk is light, soothing and easy on the stomach, warm enough to comfort, nourishing enough to protect your muscles, and gentle enough not to disturb your rest. Finally, at number 1, we arrive at what I like to call the silent banquet for your muscles: cottage cheese. Imagine this: a tiny IV drip feeding amino acids into your bloodstream, drop by drop, for 7 straight hours while you sleep. That's exactly what cottage cheese does for your body. Let's look at the numbers. Just 1 cup of cottage cheese delivers around 25 grams of protein and about 2.9 grams of leucine. Why does that matter? Because leucine is the spark that flips on the switch for muscle protein synthesis. It's the signal your body needs to say, "All right, let's start repairing and building." And cottage cheese delivers it in the perfect dose. Here's what science tells us. A study published in the American Journal of Clinical Nutrition showed that consuming casein, the slow-digesting protein found abundantly in cottage cheese, before bed increased the rate of overnight muscle protein synthesis by 22% compared to sleeping on an empty stomach. That's not a small bump. Over weeks and months, that can mean the difference between maintaining strength or watching it quietly fade away. Cottage cheese is special because it digests slowly. While whey protein gives you a quick burst of amino acids, casein works like a time-release capsule, dripping nutrition into your muscles hour after hour. It's like having a night crew of repairmen working silently to restore every fiber while you rest. Let me give you some practical advice. I usually recommend half to 1 cup of cottage cheese about 30 to 45 minutes before bed. That timing gives your stomach a chance to start digesting while you're still upright, reducing the risk of reflux once you lie down. If you don't love the texture, you can blend it with a splash of milk to make it smooth, or whip it into a pudding. Add a few berries for antioxidants, or even freeze it for 20 minutes. And suddenly, you've got something that tastes like protein ice cream instead of medicine. One of my favorite tricks is mixing it with a teaspoon of nut butter and a dash of cinnamon. That little touch of healthy fat slows digestion even more, while cinnamon helps regulate blood sugar through the night. Some of my patients even say it feels like dessert. A guilt-free treat that also protects their strength. And here's the beauty of it. Preparation takes less than a minute. Scoop it, top it, and you're done. No pills, no prescriptions, no complicated recipes. Just a bowl of nourishment that quietly fuels your muscles until morning. Now, before we wrap up, let me share a bonus food that deserves the spotlight. Pumpkin seeds. These tiny green kernels don't look like much, but they're packed with nutrients that older adults often overlook. Here's why they're so powerful. Just 1 ounce, about 2 tablespoons, gives you 2.2 milligrams of zinc, nearly 20% of your daily needs. Zinc is critical for muscle regeneration, immune strength, and even hormone production. Without it, recovery slows, strength declines, and the body struggles to repair itself after everyday activity. Add to that a healthy dose of magnesium, another mineral most seniors don't get enough of, and suddenly these seeds become a nighttime powerhouse. Pumpkin seeds also contain tryptophan, the amino acid your body uses to make serotonin and melatonin. In other words, they help you relax and drift into sleep, while at the same time feeding your muscles the building blocks they need to grow stronger. Research in the Journal of Medicinal Food highlights that diets rich in pumpkin seeds significantly improve sleep quality and reduce inflammation markers in older adults. Let me share a story. A 70-year-old patient of mine used to wake up restless, tossing and turning, and he also complained of constant fatigue during the day. Instead of another supplement, we added a simple evening habit: 2 tablespoons of pumpkin seeds, lightly toasted. Within a month, he reported sleeping more soundly, fewer nighttime awakenings, and even noticed better stamina on his daily walks. Sometimes the smallest foods deliver the biggest returns. The best part? Pumpkin seeds are versatile. You can eat them as a crunchy snack, sprinkle them on Greek yogurt, or even blend them into a smoothie. For those who prefer something different, pumpkin seed butter is a delicious alternative to peanut butter. Smooth, nutty, and rich in minerals. And if you really want to supercharge your evening, try combining pumpkin seeds with cottage cheese. That way, you get the slow-digesting protein from the cottage cheese plus the zinc and tryptophan from the seeds. A 1-2 punch for overnight muscle recovery. So while pumpkin seeds may not have made our official top 5, think of them as the bonus hero. Small, unassuming, but mighty in their ability to protect your muscles and restore your sleep. So there you have it. 5 simple foods. On their own, they may seem ordinary, but when you use them the right way, they become armor, protecting your muscles, your sleep, and most importantly, your independence. Every night you choose to care for your body is a gift to your future self. Because 10, 20 years from now, when you're in your 70s or 80s, those choices could be the reason you still walk steady, the reason you can still open a jar with your own 2 hands, the reason you get to live your later years with freedom and joy. If this video spoke to you, do me a small favor. Hit the like button so this message can reach even more people who need it. And don't forget to subscribe, because in the very next video, I'll reveal the truth about a common breakfast drink that might be quietly eating away at your muscles. It's something most doctors never have the time to explain in their office, but I'll explain it here. Take care of yourself tonight, and your tomorrow will thank you.